Welcome to War Bios, the podcast where we delve into the fascinating lives of history's greatest warriors and leaders. I'm your host, General Biography. Today, we're going to explore the life of Nader Shah, one of the most feared and respected military minds in history. Born in 1688 in the province of Khorasan, Iran, Nader Shah would rise from humble beginnings to become the founder of the Afsharid Empire, leaving an indelible mark on the world. Nader Shah was born in the village of Dasgerd, nestled in the mountains of Khorasan. His family were members of the Afshar tribe, a Turkic people who had migrated to Iran from Central Asia. Nader's father, Imam Kholi, was a herdsman, and his mother, whose name is not recorded, came from a local family. The young Nader grew up in a world of tribal politics and nomadic traditions where loyalty, honor, and martial prowess were the essential virtues. As a child, Nader would have learned the skills of horsemanship, archery, and sword fighting, which were essential for any young man in his community. He would have also been taught the importance of hospitality, generosity, and respect for elders, values that were deeply ingrained in Afghan culture. The rugged landscape of Khorasan, with its snow-capped mountains, arid deserts, and fertile valleys, would have been Nader's playground, where he developed his physical strength, endurance, and strategic thinking. Nader's early education would have been informal, with lessons from local mullahs and elders. He would have learned to read and write in Persian, as well as the basics of Islamic theology and jurisprudence. However, it was not book learning that shaped Nader's destiny, but his experiences on the battlefield and in the cutthroat world of tribal politics. In 1709, when Nader was just 21 years old, the Afshar tribe was attacked by a rival group, the Qajar tribe. Nader's family was forced to flee, and he found himself separated from his loved ones, alone and adrift in a treacherous world. This traumatic event would have a profound impact on Nader Shah's development as a military leader. Forced to rely on his wits and cunning to survive, he began to forge the skills that would one day make him a master of warfare, adaptability, strategic thinking, and an unwavering determination to succeed. The historical context of Nader Shah's early years was marked by instability and upheaval. The Safavid Empire, which had once been a dominant force in the region, was crumbling under the weight of internal conflicts, external pressures, and economic strain. The power vacuum created by this decline would eventually be filled by various tribal groups, including the Afshar tribe, to which Nader Shah belonged. As we explore Nader Shah's early life, it becomes clear that his experiences during these formative years laid the foundation for his later success as a military leader. His exposure to the harsh realities of tribal politics, his forced separation from his family, and his need to rely on his own resources to survive all contributed to the development of a strong, resourceful, and determined individual. In the villages and towns of Khorasan, Nader Shah would have encountered people from diverse backgrounds, including merchants, traders, and travelers from distant lands. He may have heard stories of far-off places, exotic cultures, and great battles won and lost, which would have sparked his imagination and fueled his ambition. From his humble beginnings in rural Iran to his experiences as a young man navigating the treacherous world of tribal politics, Nader Shah was forged in the fire of adversity, emerging stronger and more resilient with each passing year. Nader Shah's ascent to power began in 1726, when he was appointed as the commander of the Persian army by the Safavid king, Tahmasp II. At the time, the Safavid Empire was facing numerous challenges, including internal conflicts, external pressures from the Ottoman Empire and the Russian Empire, and economic strain. Nader Shah saw an opportunity to exploit these weaknesses and began to build a power base among the tribal groups of Iran. One of Nader Shah's key strengths was his ability to unite the warring tribes of Iran under his leadership. He achieved this through a combination of military victories, strategic alliances, and clever diplomacy. For example, in 1729, he defeated the Abdali tribe, a powerful and rival group, and incorporated their warriors into his own army. This victory not only expanded Nader Shah's military capabilities, but also earned him the respect and admiration of other tribal leaders. As Nader Shah's power grew, so did his ambition. He began to set his sights on conquest, seeking to expand Iran's borders and secure its place as a dominant regional power. In 1730, he launched a campaign against the Ottoman Empire, which had long been a thorn in Iran's side. Nader Shah's military strategies were innovative and effective, combining traditional Persian tactics with modern European techniques. He used lightning-fast cavalry attacks, clever ambushes, and siege warfare to devastating effect, capturing key cities such as Baghdad and Kirkuk. Nader Shah's personal qualities also played a significant role in his success. He was known for his bravery, intelligence, and charisma, inspiring loyalty and devotion in his troops. His soldiers admired him for his willingness to share their hardships and dangers, and for his generosity in rewarding their valor. For example, after the Battle of Kirkuk, Nader Shah rewarded his soldiers with lavish gifts and promotions, cementing their loyalty and motivation. As Nader Shah's conquests continued, he began to adopt the trappings of imperial power. He assumed the title of Shah, or king, and established a new capital at Mashhad. He also reorganized the Persian army, creating a more modern and efficient force that was capable of projecting power across the region. In 1738, Nader Shah launched a campaign against the Mughal Empire in India, seeking to exploit its weaknesses and secure rich plunder. The campaign was a stunning success, with Nader Shah's army capturing Delhi and extracting vast treasures from the Mughal treasury. This victory marked the high point of Nader Shah's career, cementing his reputation as one of the greatest military minds in history. Throughout his campaigns, Nader Shah demonstrated a deep understanding of the cultural and historical context of the regions he conquered. He was respectful of local traditions and customs, often incorporating them into his own administration. For example, in India, he adopted the Mughal system of governance, using local officials and administrators to collect taxes and maintain order. From uniting the warring tribes of Iran to conquering vast swaths of territory, Nader Shah left an indelible mark on the world. His military strategies, innovative tactics, and personal qualities inspired loyalty and devotion in his troops, and his legacy continues to be felt in the modern Middle East. As Nader Shah's empire expanded, he faced increasing challenges in maintaining control over his vast territories. In 1740, a rebellion broke out in the province of Khorasan, led by a local leader named Muhammad Khan. Nader Shah responded swiftly and decisively, marching his army to Khorasan and crushing the rebellion. However, this campaign took a significant toll on his resources and manpower. Meanwhile, external threats were also mounting. The Ottoman Empire, which had long been a rival of Iran, began to mobilize its forces against Nader Shah's empire. In 1743, the Ottomans launched a major invasion of Iran, seeking to take advantage of Nader Shah's weakened state. However, Nader Shah was still a formidable military leader, and he rallied his troops to defend their homeland. The war with the Ottomans was brutal and devastating, with both sides suffering heavy losses. Despite being outnumbered, Nader Shah's army fought valiantly, using innovative tactics such as guerrilla warfare and ambushes to harass the Ottoman forces. However, the strain of constant warfare began to take its toll on Nader Shah's health, and he became increasingly paranoid and isolated. In 1747, a group of conspirators, including some of Nader Shah's own officers, plotted against him. They were motivated by a combination of factors, including resentment over Nader Shah's autocratic rule and concerns about his mental and physical health. On June 20, 1747, the conspirators struck, assassinating Nader Shah in his tent. Nader Shah's death marked the end of an era in Iranian history. His empire began to fragment, with various regional leaders and warlords vying for power. However, Nader Shah's legacy endured, and he remains one of the most celebrated figures in Iranian history. His military campaigns and conquests had a profound impact on the region, shaping the course of Middle Eastern politics and culture for centuries to come. As we reflect on Nader Shah's life and reign, it's clear that his achievements were nothing short of remarkable. From uniting the warring tribes of Iran to conquering vast swaths of territory, Nader Shah left an indelible mark on the world. His military strategies, innovative tactics, and personal qualities inspired loyalty and devotion in his troops, and his legacy continues to be felt in the modern Middle East. In conclusion, Nader Shah's story is a testament to the power of human ambition and determination. Despite facing numerous challenges and setbacks, he remained a formidable leader until the end of his life. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the life of Nader Shah, one of history's greatest warrior kings. That's all for today's War Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'm General Biography reminding you to keep marching toward victory.